Hey there, it's Brittany Chavers and I am back again with a necklace and earrings tutorial today using the Color Trends Mix Rainforest. Beautiful greens and grays, and it comes with two of my favorite plant leaves, monsteras. We're going to make the earrings out of these, so I'm going to set these aside. Today we're going to be also using two types of chains, at least. We might use three. We have this gunmetal heart chain. You know, I love hearts. And then we have this beautiful crystal chain, also in gunmetal. So we're going to use the beads with some bead-along bead stringing wire in silver. And I'm just going to bead a length of the wire. I have some number 1 crimp beads from Bead-along. I've already chosen a pattern, but you can choose whatever pattern you'd like with these beads. I am just going to start with one of these little crystals and add on my stone bead, a spacer, this large crystal rondelle, and I'm just going to keep going using the more muted pieces in this box since we have so much bling going on with the chain. My focal piece on this necklace is just going to be this really pretty green oval. And I should say the focal piece for the strand I'm doing on the necklace, because one of the main focals is also going to be that crystal chain. And then I'm just going to repeat that same pattern going up the other side. I have some black or gunmetal jump rings. I'm going to use my medium size here. I just need 2 for now. We want to make sure that those jump rings are really closed so our bead wire doesn't escape later on, because we're going to be crimping right onto these jump rings. There we go. I'm going to take my bead stringing wire and put on a crimp bead, then come through my jump ring, and then come back through my crimp bead, and I am just going to settle that crimp bead inside of that largest valley of my crimping pliers, making sure that my wires are not crossed, and then squish, turn 90 degrees and squish again, and squish one more time. Okay, I'm just going to slide that wire into a couple of these beads. And trim. And then I'm going to move all the rest of my beads down. And we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. However, I want to make sure that I don't string this in a straight line, meaning I don't want to tighten it so the beads are just hanging out in a straight line. I want them to drape pretty naturally. So I'm going to come around, do it again. Come down through a couple of these beads. And this is what I mean. I don't want it to be flat and straight like that. I want it to be kind of rounded like this. I'll hold on to my jump ring and pull so that my beads are tight, but again we have some slack because it's in a U shape. I want to make sure I can get that as much slack as I can removed, and then I'll crimp again, and you can do a flat crimp here or you can do a folded crimp like I showed before. I'm going to get my crimp in my crimping pliers and then pull tight again before I crimp all the way. There we go. And then we squish and turn. Squish again. All right, I'm going to trim. just like that. Now I also want to grab my heart chain, and I'd like my heart chain to be just about the same length as my strand of beads, and it could be a little bit longer, a little bit shorter, it could be the exact same length, whatever feels good to you. I think I'm going to go around the outside, but it really doesn't matter. I kind of want it to be behind my chain, my focal. I'm going to cut this one. And then these are soldered closed, so I'm going to open up my jump rings, being very careful to do it where my strand won't come off, and that when I close it, it's very tightly closed. All right, I'm going to slide my chain on. And do the exact same thing on the other side. And then I have a piece of chain and my little pendant, or my strand, hanging together. All right. Now I'm going to go back to my crystal chain, and I have quite a bit of this. I have maybe 3 or 4 feet. I'm going to cut as many 4-inch segments as I can. So I was able to get 9 4-inch segments. You could do this a couple different ways. You can attach your chain before we attach it to our little strand, but it's okay. We can attach it now. I'm going to make sure I find the center of my chain, and it is this little heart right here. And I brought out a few little tiny jump rings. So what I'm going to do is open the first one, attach it to one of my lengths. And you can make these lengths however long you'd like. I chose 4 inches, but maybe you want to do 3, maybe you want to do 2. That's totally up to you. The shorter they are, the further your length of chain will go. The shorter they are, the more lengths you'll get, but they might be a little less dramatic. And then I am just going to go up my chain, attaching my 9 pieces. I'm gonna skip this one and then go to the one link away. I'm going to do that until I run out of chain. Okay, so here is our focal piece of the necklace. Isn't that gorgeous? I love the movement. We've got all 9 of those hanging out, and you could do this with any type of chain you have. This beautiful sparkle chain is at jessiejamesbeads.com. And then I'm just going to bring in 2 more of the beads from the mix. And I have some eye pins. Just going to do a simple loop here. I can get 2 connectors out of 1 eye pin. So I'm going to cut right there. Put the second piece in my second bead and bend each side at a 90-degree angle. I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side. Roll those back to create a simple loop. I'll connect that to the closed piece on the rondelle. Roll this one back. And connect this to my jump ring on the focal. I'll do the same thing over here. Next, I am going to take some of the rest of my heart chain and finish up the back of the necklace. So you just have to decide how long you'd like your necklace to be. Mine is going to be an over the head necklace, so I cut a pretty long length of chain. And then I am just going to attach my simple loop to my chain on both sides. There we have a fun and fancy necklace. I don't know if you can tell in just my hands how blingy this is and how much movement is going on, but it's gonna go with everything. And it's pretty neutral because of all the black and then, you know, the pop of green. I'm gonna make a matching pair of earrings, and of course I'll include some photos of this at the end. From the kit, I also got out my 2 monsteras, these flat shell beads. I kept aside 2 of those green crystals and 1 of the saucers. And I think we'll make another pair of earrings too, because I had a couple links left from my chain. So I think I'm going to cut 3. We'll make 2 earrings. Just like that. And there are so many beads that are going to look good with that. So, ooh, that's really pretty. I was going to go for these, but I always go for that shape. So let's go for the dark green teardrops in this one. Those are really fun. We're playing it simple today. I'm just going to be using eye pins and head pins. I'm going to take this eye pin and slip on all 3 of my beads. Like that. And then I need the bottom to go back and forth to attach to my leaf. So the top needs to turn to the back. So the loops are going in opposite directions. And if you don't get it right, that's okay. You can always use your pliers to manipulate it later. See, I did it a little bit too turned, so the bottom one's not quite where it needs to be. You just hold it and twist. Here we go. And then I will open this up, put on my charm, and then I have an ear wire. We'll hang that on. And there we go. And then I'll make the second one. The second earring is just going to be our teardrop on a ball head pin. Do a simple loop here. I'm going to wire wrap mine though, so I can go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and turn that to the back, slip on my link, hold my head pin, and bring this around and pull as tight as you can. If you need your pliers, it's totally okay. This is a little bit of a stubborn head pin, so I need the assist. Okay. We'll just snip that off. Grab your ear wire. And there we go. Isn't that pretty? That's perfect for the upcoming holidays. That's a good Christmas party earring right there. All right, here's our Monstera pair and our crystal dangle pair. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you to Jessie James Beats for having me back. And I hope you enjoyed our project. And thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Did you miss your mom while you were at the babysitter? Do you look wild now? Yes. Goldie got to spend her day with 5 other dogs. Wow. You missed your mom, huh? Yeah. Mommy missed you too, babe.